Hi, welcome to a Little Big Circle, and I am your host Peggy,
And I'm your co-host, Shadia.
and welcome to we just two women that's just talking.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and we got a lot to talk about today. I mean, at this little bit of time, we have a lot to talk about. We want to really touch bases on what women want. Okay, that's a question. What women want. So Judea, do you have anything to say to that?
What do we want? I mean, it's so we can want a lot of things, but in terms of what?
Well, in terms of, what do we want as a woman? We're not saying that Me Too movement. We're saying, what do we want as women? Do we want equal pay like men? You know, do we want more freedom to do what we want to do? What do we want? Do we want to travel more? Is that a thought?
Yeah, because what we want. Is that echoing on your end?
No, it isn't.
Okay. As women, well, I think we've come a long way from like years and years ago when the right of a woman wasn't really heard of, and we were just thought to be in the kitchen having babies, barefoot and pregnant, and tending to our husbands, right? That was the role of a woman. So now I'm certain it changed from your generation to mine, because now it's like I can do whatever I want. It feels like, to a certain extent.
I don't know. Keep the boundaries. Yes, correct.
Right. I can do, if I wanted to travel, I can do that. If I want to be the breadwinner, I can do that. If I don't think it's more so of a being frowned upon anymore if I didn't have kids. There's a lot of women who don't. And they're not looked at in society as, oh my gosh, you're barren. Whereas way back in the day, they had to wear all black because they couldn't produce children. Now it's like, well, there's so many different ways to have a child, even if you can't produce your own. But equal pay, I think, is something that's still an ongoing fight for us.
Yeah.
In certain industries. What else would we want as women?
Well, I go ahead.
Oh no, go.
No, well, I totally agree with you with some things, but like you said, your time is different than mine. And back in my day, a man had to work. You understand? And he had to be that provider, even though it didn't always be that way in the family. But you was looked down on if you didn't have a job, if a man didn't have a job. Okay, and now that I see in this generation, the man is doing the job and he's an entrepreneur, and I take my hat off to all the entrepreneurs, all of them.
Right.
That they're not working for the man like they used to say. They got their own business, they're doing their own thing. So where did that leave us women? We have another guest coming on, Judea. Let's see.
What's her name? Say her name.
Hey, Deb. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Having some technical difficulty right now, but her name is Debbie.
Debbie.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna just continue this conversation, and maybe she'd have some input herself. She's having a little bit of trouble connecting her audio to us.
Here she comes.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
Here she comes.
Here I am.
If I can see the picture, we'll be great.
Oh, you can't see my picture?
I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No. Well, I can hear you, but can't see you.
Okay, let's get that fixed.
Do you have any feedback on that, Judea? As we was talking about you know, what do women want, you know, in this day and time? And like I was telling you that your time is not like mine. Okay. And like, go ahead.
So I think it's still the same. I mean, for me, it's still the same. Like for a man to still be have income, right? Like it's like if you're not gonna have a job, then you better be an entrepreneur because you can be now. You know, there's like no excuses. You can think of something, you can put your mind to it, and you can get it done. We have a long way to go still, but we came a long way as a people from our Black men being able to do that. So that kind of doesn't put us in the position as women to really be stuck, you know, right, in like a box waiting on a guy to come and save us, because we've been so empowered that we can, some of us have to save some of them, you know. So I think when my daughter is my age, that she's gonna have a whole different perspective. But I think right now, her becoming a young lady is a good opportunity for her to be whatever she wants to be. Like being the president can be a goal for her. Being an astronaut, being a lawyer, a doctor, or owning her own anything. She can, whatever she can think of as a Black young lady, she can literally be right now. And there's so many people that have paved the way for that to happen. You know, as she's a brown-skinned girl, and she's in a world where that's what so many people have fought for, to be able to have rights as women, as Black women. So I don't know. I think the sky is like the beginning instead of it being the limit right now. Sky is the beginning to what we can achieve just as a woman. Now we ain't even talk about as a wife.
Oh, please.
Or as a mother.
Yeah. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome.
Welcome, Debbie.
Welcome to Little Big Circle. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like I said, at the beginning of this recording, I am your host, Peggy, and I'm your
co-host, Judea, as I'm trying to flick through my.
Yeah. And our topic is what women want. What do women want?
Oh my.
And you know, Judea was just saying on the perspective of her age, how the man, you know, elaborate on that for me, Judea.
So I was saying, like, right now, as in society, right, it's okay if the woman is the breadwinner or makes more than a man, versus back in the day, it was like frowned upon if your wife made more than you and you were a man, or if you didn't work and your wife was bringing home the bacon, so to speak, because our position as women were, you bear the children and you take care of the house. That was a woman's overall position in the household. So now, if I have kids, but if I didn't want to have kids, that would be fine. You know, if I wanted to be the breadwinner, that would be fine.
Right.
From a society point of view, right? So, and then on top of being a Black woman, we've come so far where, like I was saying, my daughter could be the president. If that was a goal, that she said, "Mommy, I want to be the president," I don't have to say, well, you know, that's not for us. I can say, yes, you can be the president. Work hard, you can get there. You know, I can say, you don't need a man to define who you are. It is not frowned upon if you never get married. You don't have to ever get married if you don't want to, you know. But that's the thing that so many women have fought for us to have that right to say, hey, I'm a woman, hear me roar for real, because I can really
Yeah.
do this on my
Yeah.
own. So I mean, we thank the men. We wouldn't be
Yes,
here
we
without
do.
them, right?
We don't want to put the men in the back burner. That's not
Right.
what we
Because
want to
we
do.
do have fathers, and we wouldn't be here without a man. So we thank them.
You know, we thank
However,
them, you know.
yeah, but we
And
don't necessarily need them to step up the corporate ladder or the entrepreneurial ladder anymore. We can be our own. We can be our own boss.
all right, bossy, bossy. All right. Yeah, but like I was explaining to her, back in my day, we didn't it was frowned upon. I mean, if you ain't got no job, you can't stay here. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you know, you got to bring something to this table. You know,
Exactly.
our mind wasn't tunnel vision like entrepreneur that back then. You know,
Right.
it was like you had to go get a 9 to 5 or a 12-hour shift or something to come,
Right.
you know, to participate in the family. Okay.
Exactly.
And so and I am so thankful that right now that we have something to look forward to. You know, I'm thankful for that, because I didn't see this coming. And I'm an older person. I didn't see this coming. But to hear that, you know, I really just don't like how women, we got this Me Too movement, okay? And I don't like the way they just kick out all the men. Seem like the men can't do nothing for us anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not
Yes.
raised up like that. I mean, I want that man to be that man. And you know, I'm not knocking the new generation. I'm not knocking that.
No.
I still like the old generation, you know? I mean, it's up to some change. Yes, I can change. I can look towards the future. But right now, I think the man should be the provider, you know, the head of the house. I'm going back to the Bible. Okay.
There you go. That's it.
You
You
know,
said it.
I'm just going back there, you know,
Back
where
to
the
the
Bible
Bible.
says,
That's
yeah,
it. That's
I
it.
got to, because in the end of the day is they are responsible for us
Yes,
in the
they
end
are.
of the day, you know.
Yes,
So
they are.
I'm thankful that my granddaughter can have something to look forward to, but I don't want her to lose her principle. I don't want her to lose her principle. Like men, you know, God said it ahead of us, you know, point blank. And you know, Debbie, you got something to say on that?
I'm agreeing with you totally, because the Bible says they are the head of us. Yes, we're the neck, but they're the head. They're
Yes.
supposed to be the head of the home. Yes.
Yes.
So see, I'm back totally Southern Baptist belief.
Oh wow.
Southern
Oh wow.
Bible belt, believing totally in the Bible ways. Grow up with that. I know that that is the final say of all when it
All
comes
of
to anything. The Bible. What does the Bible stand for? I heard
Basic instructions before
basic
leaving
instruction
Earth.
before leaving Earth. There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's right.
That's it. And
That's
so
right.
yes, ma'am. That's it. Those Bible ways is the right ways. But
So
yeah, we got this new generation of ladies who feel like they can do it on their own and handle it on their own, and they can. They got a different mindset and a different way of thinking, but they also need to know that foundation, that Bible is the foundation of all.
oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Agreed.
know, just take a look at it. But my question was, what do women want? And so for myself, I would like to, me personally, I would like to have, you know, do more traveling, you know, hang with the girls, you
Oh
know, but
yeah.
come home to my man, to my husband, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, just to go and, you know, see a movie, or, you know, help a young lady out, you know, that's going through, you know, help that person out that seems like she has no way because she is a woman, or she a woman that's dealing with a drug addict, or dealing with somebody that's on drugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she don't know which way to turn. And, and I can tell her, just stand still because God got you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
That's
all
all
right.
right. Yeah.
But see, my thing of it is, I just want to have some long-lasting input, long-lasting, and then, and whatever, like Debbie, we used to hang, young. We was young, and
Yep.
we was her age before. We was her age before, acting crazy. Okay.
Yep. Been there, done that. Yep.
Yes. We was acting crazy, and it's just like, did we fall short daily? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Did we make bad mistakes in our life? Yes, we did, and we
Yes,
might
we
make
do.
some more. We might make some more.
Yeah.
But as long as I, Peggy, put God first.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
As long as I put God first, then I know everything gonna be all right. Whether the
Everything
bad
will
or the bad or the ugly or the bad is good. It's gonna be all right for me. Okay. I mean, because I rely on God to just pick me up and carry me through this thing. Just carry me through.
Right.
Right.
And I don't want to make this conversation about church. I don't want to make this conversation about church. I don't want to make this conversation about, that's my belief. You know what I'm saying? That's my belief. I don't want, people out there might not believe what I believe in, and that's okay. But I know what works for Peggy.
Exactly.
That's all I can speak for.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
So let me ask you ladies a question, since you're older, right? For a young lady, not me, because I'm so old school, Miss Debbie. I'm so old school. Okay, I was raised Pentecostal, like.
Oh, hey, she said it. That's it. There you go.
I'm so old. Like, my husband, like, I believe that a man, us women we have to let the man lead.
Yeah.
Right. But we know as women, we're the smarter ones. We're the ones that think ahead, but I think that's our position. That's what God put us. He said, hey, Adam, let me go on and get you some help because you're a little slow, right? You're a little slow. So let me go on and give you somebody that got a little more.
There you go.
Depth to that, right?
Yep.
But now, 2020, we got so many women, young, especially my age and younger, them young ones, oh my God, that think, I don't need a man. We listen to Cardi B and they got this WAP out, right? So how do you get a young woman to see the light, basically to say, hey, slow it down. You may not want a man or necessarily need a man in life to succeed, but when you get one, this is how you treat him.
Hey.
So how do you explain that?
Well, I would say put some Marvin Gaye on. Yes, or some Luther. And let him talk to you. Go ahead, Debbie. You got the floor.
I like what you just said. To explain to a young one that.
I think they need to go.
Because it's not many that allow a man to be a man, right?
Yes.
A lot of us think, I know better than you. You listen to me. I'm over in the house. You do what I say, right? You go to work, bring me your check, and that's it. So what they're left with is a man who, that's a whole nother conversation, because some of them don't know how to lead because they've watched their mom, so in their mind, it's like, well, the woman is supposed to lead. It's like, no, we're here to help you. We're here to push you, and we're here to get us where we need to go. And, but some women just aren't, they're not privy to getting information like that in life on how to really be a wife. Because I know my vows, me and Harold, we had to go through counseling. My grandmother counseled us 15 years ago, right?
Yeah,
And
look at that.
she she said, Judea, you know, I have a mouth and it's hard to get me to shut up, right? So she would say, you're about to get married. You can't just keep running your mouth. You got to shut up and listen. And for me, that was like, why? I'm grown. Don't tell me. You know, can't nobody tell me to shut up. I'm not about to, grandma, if he tell me, she said, no, honey, you're not gonna keep them that way. You got to know when to be assertive, when to shut up and listen. And she turned and looked at him and said, now, if you don't know how to tell her to shut up and listen, and you just popping off, hey, you need to listen to me because I'm the man, then that's a whole nother problem, because you're not being a man, you're just saying you're a man. But there's not, we don't have grandmas like my grandma was. My grandma said, when he come home from work, you better run that bath water. That's what you better do. If you're home all day, that dinner better be on that table. When
yes.
Okay. So when I wasn't working, when I was a stay-at-home mom, let me go on and make sure
that bath water burning.
Right? You know, luckily he wasn't one of those draw my bath water, but if he said it, I'd be like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to grit it.
You take care of your king because you're the queen, but the queen can't operate without the king.
That's right. That's it.
But again, everybody didn't have a Judy.
No. Right. Mm-mm. And see, I didn't have a girl to explain that to, but I did tell my sons to treat women like queens.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't have no girls, but I could say that to them, that they treat them like they treat me. Okay, if you treat me good, and my mother used to always say, if you find a man that treat his mother good, then he gonna treat you.
Treat you good. Yeah.
You know. So yeah, them little Jews just drop on you like that. Go ahead, Debbie. I know Lila May had something to say.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, like I say, basically everything was, Bible based, and the man is the head, and you take care of him, he'll take care of you, and respect each other.
Yeah,
communication is very important. All that was said. Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna throw something at you ladies real quick. I'm gonna throw something at you before we give our last comment. Okay, I mean, because I got a little game I bet you didn't know. So I'm gonna throw something at you guys. What do you do? I know what I do. I might do it wrong, but what do you do if they cheated on you? Do you go or do you stay? Now,
Debbie, I'll let you answer that one first.
Now, well, go ahead, Debbie.
I prayed about my first marriage, and when I knew that he was not being faithful, I stayed and I prayed, and I said, Lord, I do believe in marriage. If this is not going to work out, you're going to have him to ask for the divorce. And that's what happened. I didn't.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? And because, we did go our separate ways, we got a divorce. Of course, alimony is what sustained me and kept me living in the lifestyle that I was used to living in. So I know I did that right, because I waited. I didn't jump the first boat. I waited. I prayed about it and I waited, and God, like he said, he will remove, and he did.
Yeah.
I was at peace about it, because I knew, it had hurt me, but I was at peace about it. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm getting married again to a wonderful church-going Christian man.
Congratulations.
High five, everybody.
Hey.
Yes. I mean, he will do it.
Yes, he will.
do it.
Yes,
Well,
he
you
will.
know, in my case, I think I did the same thing when my husband cheated on me. I think I had that thick skin that I'm gonna let you go and let God do the work. You know, I'm not gonna fight this situation. I'm not gonna be going crazy. You know,
Nope.
whatever God has for Peggy is for me. You understand?
Exactly.
And I always remember the Bible say if you let it go and it come back to you, hey, ta, yes,
It's supposed to be for you.
it's
That's
for
it.
me. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yes.
always think about that in my relationship, my marriage, that I had to just let it go. You know, I'm talking about not just let it go by mouth. I'm talking about in spirit. Let
Yep.
it go. Just
Yep.
let it go. And let God do what he do.
Right.
And I'm thankful.
So I don't have in my marriage, I have not been cheating on that I know of.
Amen. And
But
then
if I
I'm like this, is it worth it? I'm like this. I'm sorry, I'm not cutting you off, Jadea, but it's like this. It all depends on if you want your marriage. You understand? If you want your marriage, is it worth it? You understand what I'm saying? Now, if he beating up on you, busting your lips up and all this,
that's a different story.
peace. I'm not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And if you know, cheating, I'm still not doing that. You understand? I'm not doing that cheating crap at all. You know,
Right.
and I guess I'm in a stage right now that I'm older, that I'm not even going through all that stuff again. I mean, you can take your books, you can go bounce. I'm not doing that. You know, and but you know, for somebody like you, Jadir, that the husband ain't did all no cheating and all that stuff, I encourage you that when these things cross paths, you know, if that's the stuff that you would go through in your life, whether good or good or bad, I would encourage you to seek God for your answer.
And don't cut them.
Situation.
Okay.
No cutting. She said, "Don't cut them." No cutting. No.
Okay.
What, no cutting? I don't know. I had to do a cutting, so I don't know.
Boy.
I have been blessed to not
Yes.
have to have those kinds of issues. I mean, he had a friend one time.
Oh.
Just a friend that was like his homie or whatever from when they were in school. And we know women. So I had to let him know, this ain't what you want right here. And the friendship, that's not the friendship that you want. And I'm friends with a lot of his female friends from like high school and stuff. If they talking to him, they talking to me.
That's how it's supposed to be.
There's this one where I ain't talked to her, and he couldn't understand. Like, oh, what's wrong? It's just my friend. So I laid some ground rules. Here's what we're not gonna do.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
Because there has to be any one of my guy friends from back home. If you talking to me, you talking to Harold Chisholm.
Exactly.
And they, they all respect that, and it's always, most of the time they want to talk to him anyway. They just be like, "Oh, what's up, D? Let me holler at Self real quick." Like, "Oh, you were my friend though," But when that respect wasn't reciprocated, there was a problem, and it took him a little minute to grasp it. But thank God, it got through to him, and we ain't have no more issues.
There you go.
So, and I didn't have to cut him. I didn't cut him.
There you go.
All right. I would like to. We're gonna have a little game. I bet you didn't know. Okay. I'm gonna say all the. I'm gonna say. I bet you didn't know. So and so, and you tell me which person you think it is. Okay.
Okay.
Let me get my little book out here. Okay. I bet you didn't know who used to suck their thumb at 5.
Oh, we're supposed to guess the person?
I'm gonna say all 3.
Okay.
Okay. I bet you didn't know who won the beauty contest at the age of 10 in Winchester. I bet you didn't know who have a rare blood disease. I bet you didn't know. Now, Jadea, you want to take a guess on, first of all, I bet you didn't know who sucked their thumb. Tell me, take a guess, Debbie.
You.
You sucked your thumb?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Wait till I tell you.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew everything about
I know.
you.
I bet you didn't know who had a rare heart disease. Debbie. No, not Debbie. Judea.
Who had the rare heart disease?
Who had the rare, Debbie, who had the rare heart disease? I bet you didn't know. That has a heart disease that's rare. Blood heart disease that's rare.
Blood heart disease, that's rare. Wow. Is it Jadea?
That's me.
That's her.
Yes, you.
And she can tell you a little bit about her story. You know, she was normal. The disease has caused her, you know, she wasn't supposed to live past 14 or 12.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes, but look at her, beautiful as ever. And I ain't even gonna tell her age, but you know.
Yes.
Wow.
So I have a disease called alpha thalassemia. It's a blood disorder, and I have a heart disorder called pulmonary stenosis. So together, both of them were supposed to like cancel me out. One before I was 14, one before I was 12. With the alpha thalassemia, it's a disease normally found in people from the Asian continent.
Wow.
And I wasn't supposed to have any children because of these
diseases. Oh my God.
Right? And I was not supposed to be over 75 pounds ever. Wow. I think I passed 75 pounds when I was like in the 3rd grade.
So, look at God. Look at God.
Look at God.
Tell the people how many children you have today.
So I have 3 plus a bonus kid.
Oh!
I just had a baby. He's one. He's one.
Yes.
And each time they told me to abort. Like, especially this last time, my gynecologist was like, "This is a bad decision. Like, don't do it. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200." He was like, "Do I need to refer you to a clinic to, handle that?" And I was like, "Nah, we're going all the way." He looked at me like I was crazy. So he gave me a whole chart, and on the chart he's saying, one out of 3 of my kids are supposed to have this genetic disorder, right? They call it a mutation. One of the 3 are supposed to have it. So he's like, this kid is going to have it. You need to make sure you're tested. And if we get that far, right? So we put everything in place. They had, they wanted me to get blood transfusions. And I was like, no, we're just going to pray. So he said, well, we got to have something in place because you're beyond high risk. Like, this is nuts. We got to put something in place. So Harold, my husband, was like, well, I read something where they can recycle her own blood. Can we do that? And the doctor, my oncologist said, well, if you will allow that, at least that's something, better than nothing. So that's fine. I mean, you can be prepared for whatever. But my request is when I go in to have this baby, you get my Uncle Dante on the phone, you get my grandmother on the phone, you get my mother on the phone, you get my mother-in-law on the phone. Do not do nothing until they are praying.
All right.
Don't do nothing. So he said, well, I'll put it in the notes. I said, well, you do more than put it in the notes. Like, you're not touching me until those 4 people are on the phone call, 5 people are on the phone call. So my whole pregnancy, I mean, I was in labor from 4 months up until the time I had him. in labor every day, contractions every
Yes,
day.
real bad.
Every day. My blood was dropping by the minute. Like it was. I mean, I live at a 7. Right. My hemoglobin. My blood levels are a 7. That's where I live. God has made my body function.
Oh my goodness.
But growing up, because of that, my heart. So everybody has 4 valves, 4 valves into the heart. I only have one that works. Only one.
Jesus.
Now, one is what pumps all the blood in my body.
My God.
So they're like, don't do nothing. You don't need to move. Don't run. Nothing. Like, no. So
and this girl be at the retreat playing football.
Oh yeah, and that's been, my whole life. I mean, my grandmother she prayed me through. Like I can't even.
Hallelujah.
My mom was too busy being scared for me, right? Like my baby, no, you get this news that your 6-month-old is dying of these rare conditions that only Asians get, and she's like, "When is happening?" Yeah, so my mother's a carrier along with my father. They're both carriers of both diseases. Oh. So I got the actual diseases.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just pray every day. Like I can't even, I can't say it's medicine. I'm not on any medicine. I don't take no prescription. I eat my liver at least twice a month. I eat liver.
Good.
And I pray every day. That's just what I do.
Look at God. Yeah. Girl, you're a miracle child, a miracle young lady.
A walking miracle. I'll tell you.
Been good to this little girl, I'm telling you right now.
Yes. Well,
to be 38, I have no complaints. Every time I go home and I, see my old doctors, they're like, "You got kids. I can't believe you have children." Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Wow. I tell you, this panel is such an awesome and wonderful panel that we have right here now.
So wait, Debbie, you won a beauty contest. Let's not bypass that.
Oh yeah. Tell us about that, Debbie.
Well, just real quick, it's my neighborhood that consisted back then of about 200 people that lived in that neighborhood. I sung a beautiful Christian song at the age of 11, and of course I won the title of Miss Westchester, and it was such a big deal at that age because at 11 I was like,
I'm famous.
So yeah,
that was so nice.
That was cute.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So Debbie, we appreciate you for joining us on our podcast.
I so enjoyed it. This was so cool. Oh my gosh. This is like the red table.
Yeah.
Goals. Hashtag goals. Okay.
Goals.
Right.
Yes. Hashtag goals. And we appreciate you so much for coming to conversate with us tonight.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Beautiful.
But we will be hey, you think we should invite her again, Judea?
Absolutely.
What?
Do it again, yes.
Okay, any last remarks, Judea, before we close out?
I don't know, ladies, just be true to yourselves, love God, and keep it moving.
All right, I love it.
How about you, Debbie? Any last remarks?
Although we're going through this pandemic and everything, like she said, be true to yourself and keep God number one in your life. And we're going to get through this together, ladies.
Yes.
Yes.
And with that, I'm just going to say good night.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
All right. Until next time.
All right, ladies.